Welcome to this short podcast on artificial intelligence and the new world of digital marketing. My name is Chris Marshall, and I lead IDC's research in Asia Pacific, working on AI and analytics. And I'm really delighted today to have as my guest Dr. Chi-Han Yu. He's the co-founder and CEO of Appier. Now, Appier is a global AI SaaS company that's really dedicated on helping companies of all sizes tackle their biggest marketing challenges using artificial intelligence and helping them navigate the often very complicated customer journeys that they have to drive greater revenues and growth within their companies. Now, Appier has got an ambitious vision of democratizing AI so that their solutions help more customer-centric companies build brand loyalty with their customers and helping them sort of develop a more rounded 360 view of their customer base and using AI to sort of deliver actionable insights. So turning a user into a customer and then a customer into a very loyal customer. So what's your thoughts on that, Chi-Han?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Chris. Yeah, I think we are actually in a very exciting phase in applying artificial intelligence into marketing, because marketing traditionally has been a relatively in a long time ago. I think people have to guesstimate all kind of marketing effects they will, and then also result they will get. But with AI, they are able to predict the future and predict with certain precisions. And based on that information, they can do the judgment ahead of time. That has fundamentally changed how people view and how people invest in marketing. That's exactly the revolution that we want to bring to our customer. That's exactly the efficiency we want to bring to the customers.
So it sounds very much like a continuation of the sort of digital transformation story that's affecting virtually every company. But I have to wonder, I mean, the last couple of years, we've been stuck in COVID. How has COVID changed the nature of the problem that your companies, your clients face?
Yeah, and following the very first for the previous questions, I think because of being able to predict the future of a customer behavior, that allow us to do something more proactively and enrich the understanding, and as well as being able to help us to interact with customers in a very different way, such as in a conversation in chatbot or in a messenger in natural language ways. But all of them require data. And so that's why sometimes in the past, a long time ago, why AI cannot play a big role, but now it is actually the very important timing and very exciting timing that it can play a much bigger role. And COVID actually accelerates everything because now we do everything online. And then that also substantially increases the amount of data that we generate. That also enhances the capability of AI to being able to use such data to predict future customer behavior, then to bring a much better performance and also much better results. Maybe I can give you one example. One of our customers is an insurance company. In the past, when you have car accident, you have to take pictures yourself and then call your insurance agents, and then bring their pictures and also all the information to the agents, and then they will analyze a few days and then give you a result and report back whether you can actually make a claim. But now they invent this one-click claim. Basically, once any accident happen, you just click and then you automatically record the whole scene and report a location, and then also report the car owner information and everything, automatically transmit to the to insurance company. Then immediately, based on such information, using AI to analyze the scene, then it can actually support a claim or not, give you an immediate answer. And then at the same time, they also fully digitize such data, so you can actually constantly utilize our company's product icon, continuously engage with their customer to remind them to input the information, and then also continuously engage, remind them the kind of insurance coverage the customer has. So, and that actually, such digitization make in the past, the manual process become a very automated process. And at the same time, making everything digital, and or making everything in the mobile or internet, make it very easy for them to continue have a conversation, engage with a customer. And we also help them to acquire new customers, predict which type of customer will be more receptive to online insurance products. And then we have been able to generate 24% uplift of the result of acquiring the high quality loyal customers with our ISIN product.
That's a great use case from the insurance company. I really like that, and it shows that real business benefits can result from developing these sort of digital marketing chatbots essentially. But also there's a technology angle to this story as well. I think. I mean, it seems to me that hardly a day goes by that we don't hear about, things like improvements in natural language processing. I mean, people are talking about BERT and NLP3 and GPT-3, all these different tools that are now out there that are changing the quality and the performance of, chatbots and natural language processing. And they've got to have a knock-on effect to AI-based marketing, I would have thought. Tell me, do you see sort of traditional chatbots moving towards much more deeper, more richer conversational experiences?
Yeah, I think that's a very good question. I think because people do expect that chatbot to be very smart because we talk to people every day. So it's very, very frequent interaction we do every day. So naturally, we set a very high expectation for chatbot and automated messengers. And then because of in the past, the reason the chatbot that cannot perform up to the expectation is that it cannot actually understand and learn fast enough. All the technology you mentioned recently actually enhance the learning capability such that it can actually comprehend from the latest data, but enhance the intelligence to the next level much faster. And being able to break this kind of putting it into a more positive cycle. When you actually see the messenger respond in a relatively correct direction, you actually will be more willing to provide more data interaction. Inherently, the chatbot and the messenger can learn better and interact better. So we do see that is a tremendous help with the AI technology's advancement that can help bring such application into a real life application and make a real commercial impact. I think this is really a turning point for people to start having chatbot or messenger as an interaction point with many of their customers, and also automate a lot of process that they have been doing manually.
It's interesting you bring up the process side, because I think that's something we tend to ignore a little bit when discussing digital marketing, is that AI is useless unless it can sort of integrate into the traditional sort of processes and infrastructure that support marketing. I mean, for example, how does conversational AI feed into funnel management? How does it feed into sort of broader digital marketing? Can you talk a little bit about that back end, if you like, that AI needs to be actually useful?
Yeah, I think absolutely. I think we will split the funnel into several stages: acquiring the customer, and then engage with customers, and transact with customer. Then have customer service or predict the future behavior of customer. Conversational marketing can actually help in each stage, and then there are a lot of creative way of achieving that. For example, a young generation, millennial, they all actually use Messenger a way to communicate with everything. For example, when traditional way of user acquisition is using advertisement, but on a Messenger, you can actually incentivize your loyal customers to invite more members, what we call member get member type of campaigns. And then you can have your loyal member to bring in with a social influence, bring in even more member to acquire a user. So you can actually grow your core audience in more robustly. And in the engagement, not in the user acquisition stage, but engagement stage, Messenger can continuously send the right message and ask the right question at the right time if it actually smart enough. And so they can actually feel it's instead of sending an email or sending a messages through SMS, they feel it's actually your friend trying to text you and tell you about information about your product and your service. And such kind of engagement is much more natural than a lot of digital marketing way. So we actually see that as a great potential. And customer service, needless to say, is the first application for most of the chatbots. So you always have questions about the product you want to buy. You also have want to ask something for about the e-commerce site or brand. You want to know more about this product or not. You can just simply, instead of calling or instead of going to the store, which is much more time consuming, you can just text on Messenger, and then the AI chatbot then can answer you autonomously. I think if everything is designed very nicely, it becomes actually a full funnel solution that can naturally interact with your customer is in the most comfortable way to communicate with other friends, other people as well. So we do see that there's a great potential to use conversational marketing and to manage the full funnels of marketing activities.
Now that's really interesting. In one sense, it seems to me that you sort of put your money where your mouth is in some sense, because you've recently made an acquisition, haven't you, in sort of the area of conversational AI. And I'd like you to sort of give us a bit of a sense of how that fits with Appier's broader sort of portfolio of capabilities and how, frankly, Appier differentiates itself in what is quite a crowded market.
Yeah, thank you. Appier actually provide full funnel AI marketing solution from acquiring customer. We predict who is a loyal customer before even we acquire them, and engaging with customer by sending the right message into the right channel, and then transact with them by incentivizing right audience with the right incentives. And then we have a fourth product line that using AI to predict the future of consumer behavior. These 4 stages, we have been collecting the data from website and apps, but we actually seeing more and more potential of a young generation and more people actually interact with the e-commerce or brands on messengers. And then they text them. Sometimes they speak to leave a message by speaking to the messenger. And then such interaction the data is relatively unstructured, but actually it also capture a lot of intent of a customer. So we are thinking if we can combine the web data and app data together with this kind of natural interaction interface or messenger text data all together, then we can help our customer who are those e-commerce and brands to have a much better understanding of their customer better. And then also we are trying to also revolutionize to streamline from marketing to customer service. They used to be thought as totally different department. But when your customer asks you questions during the customer service or customer feedback time, these actually become very important data for you to acquire future customer as well as engaging existing customer. So if we can streamline these 2 types of data, structured and unstructured, and marketing and customer service data all together, then we can build an ultimate understanding of a very complete profile of your customer so as to provide the most personalized services. That's the future that we are seeing.
I think that message that you have there about integration of sort of marketing and customer service management, I think is so powerful, and I have to say. But I'm going to push you a little bit further on this direction. I want you to imagine that in 3 years' time we had another conversation, and maybe you have a crystal ball. I'd like you to look into this crystal ball and think about if we were to have exactly the same conversation about chatbots, what would be different in 3 years' time as opposed to what we have today? What's changed?
Yeah, I think given the speed at which that AI is making progress and then application layer that we are trying to, we have been innovating. I think in the future, people will just think it's as natural as using mouse or keyboard to interact with computer. You just chat and type anything you want to ask, and as natural as you ask your friends about some advice. And then they can naturally provide information to you. And if our vision of integrate the full funnel, including from marketing to customer service altogether, has been realized, and then such data can in the future become the ultimate understanding of your customer for the future. And then the brand and e-commerce no longer be regarded as a place to sell something. Sometimes if you have a product or you have a question about a product or some related areas question, you can actually ask the e-commerce side or brand side that provides such services. So you can actually understand your customer needs earlier, and customer can get more information before they even start thinking about to buy something. So we will see that it become a very interesting, what we call expert and query, natural interacting driven shopping experience, as well as a shopping experience will merge with as a consulting experience as well. So that will be the future that we are imagining.
That's a great vision, and frankly, I think that vision is going to resonate with a lot of customers across the region and across the world. So I think that's a great story to be telling. But we've reached the end of our time today. So thank you so much, Dr. Chi-Han Yu. I hope that our listeners have enjoyed this session as much as I have. Thank you again. I hope stay safe and the best moving forward.
Thank you, Chris. I really enjoyed the conversation. Stay safe.